Hello folks, and welcome to a brand spanking new Let's Play by yours truly, the Gamer Darius. If you didn't see the title, it is very much freaking 7th Saga. I have such a goddamn history with this game, you guys don't even know. So, I play tested this particular game here, but the thing is that I have the physical cartridge. I have the SNES to play it off of, but there's a little bit of a caveat with the American release that I'll get into in a second. But for now, let's go ahead and hit begin. Choose 2, 1, this one. So we have ourselves a small cast of characters, and give me a second while I pull up a thing to do a thing. Here we are. So, this cast of characters is very varied in their abilities. Very varied. And they have some pretty unique abilities depending on what character that you decide to play as. Now, from the order of according to Wikipedia, the predominantly physically oriented to predominantly magically oriented one, we have Wilhelm Pelin, as you saw in the intro. He's an alien with a fiery lava-like spiked body. Arrogant and aggressive, he seems to want the runes for power and prove his superiority. He's strong and has the highest HP of the 7, but he suffers from a fixed set of equipment, and a very low magic rating causes his fire magic to be quite impotent. On the other side of the screen here, we have Lux Tizer. He is a Tetsujin, a 5,000-year-old robot created by a long-extinct civilization. Lux is polite, logical, and inquisitive. He searches for the runes in the hopes that their power may help him unlock the secrets of the Tetsujin's origins. Lux is physically very powerful, especially in defense, but has a limited selection of magic and equipments, although he is the only one that can use those spells. Like, seriously, he has lasers and whatnot, so yeah. Among those are the only laser and thunder spells usable by non-NPC characters. Olvin Jace. He is a dwarf. And I honestly did make a D&D character kind of based around Olvin at one point. Never got to play him. It really sucks. An extremely old dwarf warrior with a pleasant personality. He joins the search for the runes in the hopes that they can restore his youth. Statistically, he's similar to Kamil, which I'll get to in a second, but he has more HP and defense, and a less MP and speed, but otherwise he has very few differences in equipment and spell selection. So, I believe of the group, these two are the ones that are going to be more prepared with armor and shields and whatnot, whilst everyone else is just kind of, I don't need anything, I'm a giant robot. I don't need anything, I'm a scary alien guy. I got spells. I'm an old man. Anyways, Kamil Dowona. He is a human knight. The most average, well-rounded character, Kamil has access to a large selection of equipment and can cast both offensive and defensive spells. Now, here's the thing. It says here that he wears blue armor. Okay. And the instruction booklet says that he is the best paired with a stronger ally. I don't get what that means. Because, again, everyone's strong with their own fields. Moving on to Legis Remule. A power-hungry demon. Sly, manipulative, and unapologetically evil. Legis wants the power of the runes in order to rule the world. Legis equips very strong weapons and eventually learns every single attack spell, except the Lux-exclusive spells, laser, and thunder spells. But his selection of armor is quite poor and his attack spells hit with less force than Esna. Legis never learns any healing magic. Then we have the elderly cleric Valsu. He's dedicated his life for the cause of good. Quite the opposite of, the demon. Anyways, Valsu wishes to use the runes to bring peace and prosperity to the world. He has excellent healing magic and one powerful ice spell, but he lacks skill in physical combat. While he may be one of the 5... Now that's a little bit spoilery. Yep. The rest is spoilery stuff for you guys, but then again, whatever. Then we have Esna Busy. She is an elf. She's an elf magic user and the game's only female protagonist. Quite a sausage fest in here. She seems to regard the search over the runes as some sort of fun adventure. She begins the game cocky and headstrong, but slowly becomes more uncertain and less confident in her own abilities as the story progresses. Statistically, she has a very high speed and magic potency and can use both kinds of healing and offensive magic, but her attack spells are exclusively ice elemental, and otherwise she's rather physically weak. Man, that's a lot of information to take in, huh? Sometimes you just want to go super basic. Let's go super basic. And from a request from someone I know that is very close and dear to me, chat. Well, let's start this adventure, shall we? You have trained well in the past 5 years. Finally, the time has come for you to test your skills and knowledge. Your mission is to find the 7 runes, hidden somewhere on the planet Condora. When you have all the runes together, they will give you tremendous power and you will become the leader of this world. King Liminley, tell us more about the runes. Don't know who's saying that. They exist in many different forms and it is difficult to identify them. I'll give each of you a crystal ball. It will help you find the runes. Now get ready for the journey and bring the runes back. Yeah! Now we can talk to each of these apprentices. I don't work with anyone. When I get the runes, I'll be more powerful than the King Liminley. He's difficult to work with. He's kind of an evil prick like that. What do you expect from a demon, I can take care of myself. I may not be strong, but I know how to use the power of magic. I don't need any weapons or armor since I have great physical strength. I can't imagine the power I might have when I get the runes. I'm the strongest of them all. I'm a bit slow due to my age, but I'll be young again when I have the power of the runes. So each of these guys is pretty damn, I want the runes to do all the things that I want to do. My strength is the magic power of healing. My goal is to find the runes and drive all evil forces out of the world. I'm wondering why Legis is involved with this mission. Except you. You're a pretty cool guy. My body will transform when I need a weapon. I don't need a weapon for this mission. During this journey, I wish to find who built us Tetujins and for what purpose. Tetujins. Sorry, for some reason I always read that as Tetsujins. Let's talk to Liminley. I wish all of you good luck. Farewell. So, basic story. Liminley here has gotten us 7 apprentices together in order to find the runes to become the next leader of the world. Yes. Now, supposedly, we're going to be all doing good stuff. You must go now. I hope for your safe return. Be can't tell if that's supposed to be a young maiden or... Okay, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be... Anyways, as you can see, I press, in this case, A. Again, I'm emulating this and I'm using a PS2 controller. Press A to go into talk, magic, items, status, search. Yeah. I don't have magics, I don't have items, and here's my statuses. It's all rather basic-y stuff. Yep, okay. Search, which, okay. Here's one thing I learned from recently. That was rude. From recently re-recording this. Is that I can use the L shoulder button in order to do stuff as well. It's the equivalency of the success, or... yeah, the checkout button. Or, not search, but just brings up the menu. Now, I have had a hell of a memory with... hell of a history with this game. And I'll try to explain as I go along. Now, I just picked up an opal, which works much like the gold exchange system that we're supposed to have, where, oh, you're going to be able to get gold for this much, no matter what. Except it don't work like that. Instead, opals will always sell and buy for 100 gold. So, and they have other varying degrees of gemstones like that, too. I forgot to talk to that chick. Oh well. Crystal ball will be useful in the fields and dungeons. Follow its direction. Except it's not a map. After these 5 years, I'm quite used to having you around. I'll miss you, Chad. Take care of yourself. Which, by the way, Chad. Yes, Chad. Real fancy name right there. It's dangerous to travel alone. When you meet one of the other 6, it'll be a good idea to travel together. You might be turned down or end up in a fight if you can't get along with each other. Which is very true. Talk to the people wherever you go and help anyone who is in trouble. Pretty basic instructions, like most any other RPG. Your experience and years of rigorous training will help you to successfully complete your mission. I certainly hope so. Kinda think it'd be pointless if King Limily suddenly decided, oh hey, that random schmo, let's get him. I don't know. So there is quite a bit of... You're the last person to go. Everyone else has already left for Rablesk in the south. Yeah, it's just, there's so much to this game in so little time to really explain it in the introduction video. Especially when you're going around talking to people. Limily is the son of the great Sauro. You are fortunate he trained you and that you have a chance to serve him. I mean, kind of, I guess. It's not that great of an opportunity. I might just be speaking all pompousy, though. It's been 5 years since the king brought you to the land of Limini. Hope you'll visit us someday. Probably never again. Seriously, once I leave this valley, it's just like, poof, gone. So you're going to search for the runes. I've heard that the 7 runes give immense power to their finders. Good luck. Indeed, good luck is needed. Da, 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 da. By the way, this music is like ingrained in my head simply because of how often I've had to listen to it. Go to the item shop and buy potion 1. It will help your HP a little bit. I'll give you one. Try it. Woohoo! Free samples. Now we got the old ladies. Been so kind to take care of me for this long. Hope you for your safe return. I honestly wonder what she says if you're Legis. Legis? Leeches. Whatever. Now this is the House of Healing. If ever one of my people die, I can just go here and be all like, hey, I need healing. And cure, heal, gets rid of poisons and stuff. Jesus! Okay, for those that probably didn't hear it in the background, there was just a little thunderclap. It was loud. It caught me off guard. Anyways. So there are secrets. Are secret stuff you can find all around the world too. In that case, I just found an opal. What I like to do, however, See what item shops in here. Use defense before attack when you aren't in battle. This way your HP will temporarily increase. This is wrong. This was a bad translation. What he means to say is that when you defend before your attack when you are in battle, your attack will temporarily increase. It kind of acts as a counterattack mechanism. Remember, defense first, then attack. Okay, what do you have for weaponry, sir? Now, anything marked with an X, I clearly cannot use. I don't think everything actually has some sort of ability, so I don't know whether or not the fire axe is actually an axe made of fire. But what I want to do is buy this sword, the Anim sword. It's more expensive and I will instantly trade the one that I already have equipped, but I don't have enough money. So what I will do is sell the 2 opal. Unfortunately, buying and selling buying and selling stuff, you have to do individually. Increase my attack power by 5, more expensive. Boom. I essentially just trade the weapon that I have on me with the weapon that they have in stock. And that's the way I usually do things. I usually go straight up attack first and then I focus on defense. Which, by the way, how much is your stuff? 700, but it only increased my defense power by 3. So, okay, I know that people... Oh, let me check out the inn really quickly. Sorry. More... The gate of Rabelesque is closed. You can't go further south from there. You're a warrior of King Limini. Can you open the gate? Please. Welcome to my inn. So, inns act as both restoration points for your HP and MP for all your characters, as long as they're not dead, and acts as a save point. So, there you have that. And now we get into the actual meat of the game. The world map. Again, this is a time where Mode 7 was such a huge thing. Now you'll see that I have that globe in the top left corner. That is essentially that crystal ball that I was given. The little blue mark in the middle, that's me. The little white boxes walking around the place, those are random, quote-unquote, encounters. If I walk off this square, I'll encounter one of those guys as they're just swarming around me. Now, landmarks will be shown as circles, while it's landmarks that have runes inside of them, whether they be dungeons or towns or whatnot, will appear as flashing circles. That said, let's get into combat. Ah, excellent. Kind of wanted to face one of these first, because these are kind of the harder enemies to kill. I said kind of. Now, you saw the damage that I did with a block and attack offensive. It's slightly more at this point, but now one of the things I wanted to share about this game was that back in the day, 7th Saga for the United States is a grind fest. It is a terrible, terrible grind fest. Like, you need to grind at least, 10 levels every new area that you get into. Thing is, though, it wasn't meant to be that way. As I've learned from Sukurt? What? One second, what was that YouTuber's name? Surat. His name is Surat. S-U-R-A-H-T. Surat. Anyways, he has a playthrough of 7th Saga as well, but that is where I learned of the whole, BT dubs. It's easier in the Japanese version than it is in the English version. Why that be? Now, apparently that's because someone in the translation team has suddenly decided, you know what? This game doesn't seem hard enough. Let's amp up the difficulty a little bit. So they made it so as your character, when you're leveling up, does not gain as many stat points. Because there's supposed to be like this small small chart, essentially. Like, I don't, like, this is off the top of my head. I don't actually have a chart right here with me saying, oh, hey, this, what do. But say that for now, Kamil gets 4 to 8 in attack for this level. You know, it'll randomly generate a number between those numbers. And it will choose that number. What they did was essentially reduce that number down by like a point or two. If I remember all this correctly, anyways. The other thing that was supposed to happen in the original version was that every 10 levels, like level 10, 20, 30, 40, so on and so forth, that number range is supposed to increase by a point. So the higher level you got, the stronger your character gets. They removed that. I don't know why. If it was just to lengthen the gameplay, okay, still a dick move. Which, by the way, I may end up getting killed here because those things. You gotta play smart with this game. Using a potion might not have been the smart point, though. I probably should have just attacked, because that thing will still hit me for 4 damage. Come! Higher agility means... Escape! Nope. Higher agility means that... There goes half my gold. Higher agility means that you can dodge more often. And the birds have really high agility. Well, so, when you die, which is kind of an inevitability if you're gonna grind, the innkeeper or someone ends up taking half of your gold. And you'll pretty much go back to the last place that you had rest. So, if you're playing this and you suddenly decide, screw all the places, go rest. Now, I know that I've pretty much just been grinding and explaining the game this entire episode, but, you know, it kind of needed a little bit of explanation. I literally had learned about the, oh my god, do not freaking kill me. Thank you. I literally had just learned about the whole thing between the different versions. Level 2. Not a week ago. So yeah, every level up, all these stat increases are random between certain numbers for certain characters. And I had to make sure, essentially, that this, because what I'm doing right now is I'm playing a patched emulated version. Yeah. Because if I were to play on the Super Nintendo with my actual cartridge copy, it would probably take, maybe an additional 10 hours of nothing but grinding. But when I was testing this particular patched version out, it was a lot more tolerable. Like, I remember back in the day when I had to grind for maybe, I don't know, an hour or two just in order to get into the first castle and be all like, I'm gonna take that boss on. Not so much the case anymore. It does essentially make the game easier, but for a Let's Play standpoint, it makes it a lot more tolerable with a lot less episodes and probably a lot less dying. And grinding. Mostly the grinding. Like, I'm a guy that can do a lot of grinding. Hell, I'm doing so kind of a little bit right now. But the point is that, you know, it's still gotta be fun. Which back in the day, I had the patience for this kind of, you know, grindiness. When I say back in the day, I mean like when I was a preteen and I had to, you know, finish this game in the weekend that I had it. Anyways, here's Rablesk. Right, this one's Rablesk? Yes, this is Rablesk. Nope. There. Potion 1. Excellent. I want to keep those in stock. Which means I probably should actually buy some. The gate of the earth in the southwest is closed and can't travel any further. Will you go to the castle of Iran and get the key of the earth? Sure? The traveler who left for Iran to get the key of earth has not returned. castle has been a hideout for monsters ever since Romus arrived there. What shall we do with him? I don't know. I can't travel to buy tools and equipment because of the Gate of Earth is closed, or someone would take the Key of Earth away from Romus. Now again, because of the random number generation when you play this game, it can be difficult. So you've been training under King Limily? Really? In the past he battled many monsters and saved hundreds of people. Cool for him. It can be difficult simply because, you might have got shafted with the level up. In my particular case, I did only get 2 power from that last level up. It's gonna be a long let's play. That said though, I should probably upgrade my weapon before, upgrade my armor before too long. I met another of King Limily's warriors only a minute ago. Oh, just stab him. I only ask because he's technically competition. There have been a few visitors who inquired about the runes. All of them left for Bonro. Bonro is the village outside on the other side of the kingdom, or the Gate of Earth. Are you traveling alone? Might want a companion. When you get to Bonro or Zealous, you'll be able to find a good companion. One of the other apprentices, I'm Gain. I came from Bonro to take care of my business here. I'm stuck now because of the Gate of Earth is closed. Will you help me? If you open the gate, I'll give you this map to show my appreciation. The map has magical powers and will always show you where you are. Your journey will be easier with the map. Will you do it? Yeah, why not? It's a deal. You can trust my word. Well, I'm glad I can trust someone in this game. I'm only saying that because there's events that happen. Gate of the Earth is closed. Yeah, okay, yeah, I already spoke to you. Shut up. I think there's only a couple of people left that I need to talk to, and then I'm going to save and then call it an episode. I can't sleep because every night I hear a dog crying at the castle of Iran. It's the sound of sorrow that keeps me awake. I suppose a weeping dog would be a little bit, hard to sleep through. Then again, the fact that a dog is crying kind of freaks me out. Yellow. I have trouble enough with with Romus and all. Leave me alone. What you got? My wife is in a bad mood. You better not bother her. I could tell. So, I'm gonna go ahead and run on... I don't know what that is about. I'm gonna check that out before next episode. Python, a bounty hunter, has been looking for you. Watch out. Bounty hunters. I need to deliver this medicine to Bonro in the south. But the Gate of Earth is closed and I can't get there. Seems like everyone's inconvenienced because a giant door is closed. Mind you, it is a pretty thick door, so I can't blame them. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and call an episode here. I hope you guys enjoy this. This is a blast from my childhood past, even if it is an easier patched version. But again, the patch is simply to make it so it's less grindy, a lot more tolerable to play. It's still going to be a grind fest, and it's still probably going to be pretty damn hard. Especially seeing as I chose Kamil, Chad, who pretty much unanimously said is one of the worst people to play in the game. But I like Kamil. Chad. Yeah. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Cheers.